Hello, everyone. Please hold on. We will start soon. Okay, so hello, everyone. Depending where you are, maybe good morning or good afternoon or good evening. I'm sorry, I'm not so sure where you are now, but you are very welcome to our sessions. And my name is Abe. I'm a associate professor at the Tokyo Institute of Technologies, and we are going to start the introductions of our university. So thank you for joining us. The current page is showing our main building on our Okama campus. So and you can see the beautiful yellow leaves pictures, which is indeed the current kind of moment now. We are now in the fall season. So this is today's the contents for the my presentations about the Tokyo Tech. And this is agenda for today. So I'm starting from the overview of our universities. So Tokyo Institute of Technology, as the name indicates, we are located at Tokyo, which is the capital city of Japan. And we have 3 campuses. We have Okama campus, which is our main campus. We have another almost the same size campus at the Suzuka-Kedai campus. By train, it's about one hour. But if we have the express train, maybe it will be like 40 minutes, just one line. So very convenient to commute between the campus. And we have another campus, Tamachi campus, which is currently for the high school and one of the program. And our actually campus located in a very convenient situations. We can take several trains, subways, and very close to the airport. So, if you come to Tokyo Tech, you can fully enjoy such a convenience of transportations, and you can go various places in a very convenient situation. So indeed, Tokyo is, according to the QS, it's the best student cities and ranked third. So quite prevalent campus. Okay? So you do not neglect if you come. Talking about our history, our original school was founded 1881, 1881, as a Tokyo Vocational School by the Japanese government then. And since then, our university, went through the various, expansions, and also the status has changed from the vocational school to the degree conferring universities. And 3 years ago, we became so-called designated national university, which is highly competitively selected university in terms of research in international standards. We are one of the 9 universities in Japan. So this year, 2021, it's our 140 years since our foundations, and we have contributed, lots of field certainly to the industry, but we have, bring about lots of the excellent engineer and person alike. Okay. Oh, by the way, the picture above is the very old kind of relatively old one, 1981. Department of Electric Engineering. And the bottom picture is showing our supercomputer, what we call the Tsubame. So we have a highly cutting edge facility as well on the campus. Now you're showing, looking at the slide which show the organization of our universities. So in terms of school, actually school is the combination of the various departments. And we have 6 schools, notably School of Science, School of Engineering, School of Science, School of Computing, School of Engineering, School of Life Science and Technology, School of Materials and Chemical Technology, and School Environment Society. We have 6 schools, and below each school, there are several departments. So we have 6 schools and 19 departments. And then, although it's not called school, we have the Institute for Liberal Arts. So it's offering also the liberal arts courses. Tokyo Tech traditionally emphasizing the importance of the liberal arts education as well, because today's engineer really important to have a depth understanding about the society and also the various other fields such as the philosophy, the cultures, and the arts, and so on. So we are science and engineering oriented universities, but you can also expect highly excellent liberal arts lectures as well on the campus. This slide showing the kind of our personnel information. So roughly speaking, we have, well, I would say the 4,800 undergraduate students and 5.5 thousand graduate students, and I would say 1.1 thousand faculty member, and about 600 administration staff. So in total, we have 12,000 people on the campus. And as you may notice, the number of undergraduate students is actually smaller compared to the number of graduate students. So we have our majority students are actually graduate students. And then I would say at Tokyo Tech, the student faculty ratio is 9:1. That would imply that our educations and our supervision for the research is highly, compact, and also, how can I say, very caring, how, students doing in terms of study and also research. So you can expect quite well supervisions by your advisor. So that's we're really proud of. Tokyo Tech is indeed one of the highly internationalized university in Japan, and many students came to Japan and to our university, which we really appreciate. And we are also willing to international fathers. So if you're an international student, we are very welcome you. So currently on the campus, we have 1.8 thousand students about from 75 countries. And as the pie chart indicate, due to like regional situations, we have majority come from China, Indonesia, Thailand, Korea, and Vietnam. But others, as you see, we have many students. So many courses are indeed, as I explain later, offered in English as well, especially for the graduate program. So it's very important for us to have international students. So if you're interested in Tokyo Tech, please do consider applying. Our university today's ranking is kind of the many persons' interest and maybe interest to you as well. And according to QS World University Ranking 2021, in the field of electrical and electronic, Tokyo Tech is ranked at 37th. And engineering and technology, we are ranked at 28th. And in overall, we were ranked as the 56th. So there is still room to improve indeed, but we are a highly competitive university at the global levels. In terms of research, as I mentioned, Tokyo Tech is, as the name indicates, we are science and engineering oriented university. So we have several, field: physics, mathematics, earth, plant science. So this is, about the scope of science, electronics and information technology. This is like a school of computing. And this is the, maybe this is related mechanics and architecture. So it's like some field combined with the different department, bioscience and biotechnology. This is maybe from the scope of life science and technology and chemistry materials. Traditionally, Tokyo Tech is quite strong in this field, chemistry and the materials. So we have those areas. And also we have humanity and social sciences. So we have lots of field which the faculty members is pursuing and also students studying. We have some, very famous figures, notably Professor Osumi and Professor Shirakawa, both won the Nobel Prize. And Professor Osumi, he's currently honorary professors at Tokyo Tech, and he won the Nobel Prize in the physiology and medicine. And also Professor Shirakawa is the he won the Nobel Prize due to the very innovative work which was done on our campus when he was the I think assistant professors. So we have those two very big figures as well. And many current professors also doing lots of cutting edge, globally competitive research. So if you join, it'll be big excitement to you. So we are doing lots of things. So first, we are trying to make the world-class research hub. So utilizing our strengths in the science technology. So world hub basically means we are welcoming the visiting student and also visiting other universities as well. And we are working together with other university researchers and professors. And Tokyo Tech, when our original school was founded in 1881, the school was founded not only providing the personnel, like a well-trained personnel to the industry, rather trying to build a new industry or new, kind of business. So we are, traditionally closely working with industry. So we are trying to promote collaboration with industry to drive technology transfer and contribute to improving. And certainly, as Tokyo Tech is highly responsible today's, global environment. So to contribute to global environments, it's quite important to make our university open and global and to attract researchers and highly motivated and excellent students. So those pictures showing some of the things on our campus. So from now on, I move on to the explanations of the degree programs. So as I show you, we have 6 schools. And sorry, this picture slide may be a little bit small, but we have basically 19 departments, okay? And then each department offered the undergraduate major and the graduate major. But some graduate majors, they are offering and by various departments as well. So it's kind of jointly taught by the professors who come from different departments. So they are called interdisciplinary graduate majors. So in total, we have 26 graduate majors, and we have 19 undergraduate majors, but many of them, or I would say most of them, are taught in Japanese. So if you're not fluent enough in Japanese, it's almost very difficult to join the undergraduate program. But we have one undergraduate program which is taught in English. So that's you may be interested in. I will explain later. So we have also, as I little bit mentions, Tokyo Tech traditionally emphasize on importance of the like a width of the engineer. Width of an engineer means that not only the highly specialized like a technical knowledge, engineering skill, but also the deep understanding about society, the communications, like lots of like international relations and so on. So liberal arts educations is emphasized actually from the beginning. Okay? So when we conduct, we have a little bit very big restructuring of the educational system, and we started that new system from 2016. And then under the current system, for example, we have numbering system for the coursework. And as you may guess, the like a lower number is basically for the undergraduate student, and starting from 100 and up to the 200, 300, 400, and so on. So doctoral students supposed to take 600, but still we are trying to expose and then strongly encourage doctoral student to have some, coursework for the doctoral program student, excuse me. Certainly, it's not a big burden, but it's very important to have such attitude or understanding, okay, about the importance of these liberal arts. But clearly, these are main part, and then our graduate are highly science and engineering oriented. So here, I would like to talk about one undergraduate program, which is taught in English. So some of you, some of you mean the participant, may be interested in this. So it's called the Global Scientists and Engineers Program. We shorten as a GSEP. It started from 2016 in parallel with the starting timing of the new education system. So that is current our system. So it is a Bachelor of Engineering degree program. They're fully conducted in English. And then this program is conducted by the Transdisciplinary Science and Engineering Department, which belong to the School of Environmental Society. And this GSEP program is offering, actually not limited to the specific science engineering field, such as like mechanical engineering, civil engineering. It's not, but the GSEP is offering commonly fundamentally important courses to all fields of engineering. And then we try to widen the understanding about the engineering first, and also emphasize like a management skill, communication skill, like a presentation skill, and so on. So the group work is highly emphasized. So many courses are taught in the project-based learning format. And then we have some scholarship slots, which is by the Japanese Ministry of Education. So it's a fully funded scholarship program. So if you're interested, you may want to check it. As for graduate program, we have what we call the International Graduate Program, or in short we could say IGP. And IGP is the three types. So master program only, the doctor program only, and other is the integrated doctor program. So integrated doctor education program means that starting from masters and then continuous study for doctor program. And then under the IGP program, regardless of type of the program, all courses and seminar are conducted in English. So first, let me start from IGPA. Okay, by the way, I'm going to say A, B, and C for each IGP. It's just a categorization, nothing about a ranking or so on. Okay, just a categorization. So IGPA, or International Graduate Program A, is we have several programs, and then each program has specific goal or kind of theme. So that's why it's called we could also say the theme focus. So this IGPA is intended for those persons who are seeking the integrated doctor program, so master and doctor program. And then for the Japanese government scholarship, like MEC scholarship, so many of those IGPA program offering the scholarship. So you can apply. And they have some specific curriculum. So if you are willing to take more coursework, which is well aligned to each program missions, you may want to check it. And the enrollment timing is basically only in September. So this is a list table of IGPA. We have 6 IGPA program now. So International Graduate Program and Science for Innovative Leaders, Super Smart Society Engineering Program, Interdisciplinary Educational Program on the Material Research and Development synthesized by data science and advanced human resource, and the graduate program for foster global ecosystem, postgraduate program for environmental designer contributing the resilient cities, and the global leader program for the transparent research. So, well, if you're only checking the name, it may be a little bit difficult to clearly figure out how they are, implementing the program. But you can a little bit. I hope you can notice what each program is aiming. And then I strongly recommend you to check the information. They have a website as well. I'm sorry, I forgot to the link, but you can easily check by putting the information in the website. So browsers or some search engines, please check, okay? And then the benefit of this mixed scholarship IGPA, it's fully funded. So tuition is covered, living allowance is covered, and also land trip air ticket is covered. Okay. So once you get this scholarship under the mix, I think you can have a decent life, student life in Tokyo. So enrollment timing is only September. And this year, unfortunately, already the deadline for the submission application is already passed. So if you're interested in this program, please consider applying next year. Next one is IGP-B. And indeed, IGP-B is a little bit special. So I would guess many of today's participants may not so be relevant for this scheme, but let me just briefly say. So there's a two, I would say, sub-program as well. So one is Tokyo Tech Riken. Riken is one of the highly popular, actually not popular, very famous and prestigious research institute in Japan. So Tokyo Tech and Riken has collaborations to educate the engineer, the scientist. and we have run in the joint program as well. So this is the for this IGPA, IXMB with Lichen doctorate degree program in nanomaterials and the nano biomaterials. Okay. So if you're interested in very specific nanomaterials and nanobiomaterials, you may want to check as well. Okay. And we have another one, IGPB, but this is basically no, how can I say, no specific program, but some of you may be interested in trying to get a scholarship from your home university, a home government, country's governments. And then in that case, once you get a scholarship from your home government, you have no concern about financial situations. In that case, you would, you may only get admissions from us. So in that case, this scheme may work as well. So just for your information. And we have IGPC. Okay, so IGPC is actually the most common scheme for many international students. So I would say this is the flexible. So you can enroll April or September, depending on your convenience or your kind of schedule. And then master program or doctor program, both offered under this scheme. Okay. And I'm sorry, I'm just trying to. Okay, and then courses. You can take various courses, all Tokyo Tech course department courses. Okay. And actually, I'm sorry, it's actually 19 departments. And then this is the most common scheme for international students. So when you apply for IGPC, there's no how can I say, guaranteed scholarship. But once you join, you can apply for the scholarship as well, because we have lots of the requests from many private foundations, a company, and so on, and they wanted to have recommendation from us. So not everyone, because basically the scholarship is competitive, but many of them indeed got a support. The magnitude of support is vary, but many of them indeed got some support as well. But if you have no financial concerns, IGPC is indeed your scheme. So this is the most common scheme. And regardless you apply for IGPA, B, or C, under our application process, you need to identify the potential academic advisor first. So it's matching, and it's very important to find the potential advisor, which is actually very common, regardless which university you apply. I think in the US, in the EU, and so on, especially you are interested in the graduate program, okay? So we show the 3 steps, check our faculty members, maybe our department website, and then also check the IGP website, okay? And whether or not that identify the potential advisor is listed for the IGP. What I mean is that some professor is not accepting the student under the IGP program. Most of them, they do, but some do not. So please confirm whether or not they are listed as a list for the IGPA, excuse me, IGPA or B or C, okay? And also for those step 1 or 2, parallelly, we strongly recommend you to use our database, what we call the STIR search, to find faculty members. So this is just like a screenshot of our STIR search, and I put the URL as well at the top of the screen. So by typing the name, once you come to find some faculty members' family name, okay, and you can check. And then you have more detailed information such as publications and his current project and so on. So please do so. Okay, so next we won't move on to the next topics, student exchange program. I would guess many of you, I don't know where you are now, whether you are in your home countries or you are studying indeed abroad away from your home countries. Totally fine, either in the case. And then if you come to say Tokyo Tech, we are welcoming. But also you may be interested in go to another country, another university as well. Okay. Indeed, we have lots of international level, institutional level agreement with many universities around the world. So many international students, Tokyo Tech international students, they have expressed to studying other countries and other universities as well. So I would say that you have lots of opportunity, not only maximizing the benefits staying and studying in Japan, but also you have chances to study further at another university as well, if you are interested in such a experience. And then if you are currently studying at another university, and if you just want to have some experience, but a little bit serious interest, but not interest in the degree, we have some exchange program as well. Notably, we have two programs, Young Scientist Exchange Program and Academic Cooperation Agreement Program. And then YSAP is, I think, many of them indeed, as far as I know, they are undergraduate students. And for this ACAP, this is only applicable who are belonging to university, which university is in agreement with us. So many graduate students came and joined under this team. So if you're currently a student and just interested in spending some time at Tokyo Tech, I would strongly recommend you to check whether or not your current university has agreement with us. Okay. I would guess many of you are interested in what could happen after finishing the study at Tokyo Tech. So I'm now move on to the student support and also the career path. Okay. Before that, this slide showing the dormitory. We have several dormitories, and some of them are quite nicely. For example, this current bottom one, this dormitory is located the part of our Okama campus. So the necessary walking time is basically 0. Well, if your office is a bit far from the dormitory, you need to walk. But this is located on the campus. And we have also the dormitory for female student only. And that is also nicely located, not so far from the campus. We have many international students, and many of them wish to stay at the dormitory, but our capacity is currently a bit limited. So not everyone could stay at the dormitory, but we have decent slots. And then, once you accumulate some experience in Japan, the finding, say, apartment or some share house is actually not so difficult. So I think you can have a good experience in Tokyo. Okay. And also we have career support divisions, group, and not only the Japanese student, but also supporting the international student. So you can expect a very good support, if you wish to, get a job in Japan. But I also mentioned that, because Japan is not English-speaking country in general. Many people speak or understand English indeed, but still, if you want to work at the Japanese company, Japanese skill is still very important. And then currently some Japanese company hiring the person who do not necessarily speak in Japanese, but if the person is fluent in English, they hire. So situation changing. But if you're interested in getting job in Japan, although you can learn, especially at the graduate level, you can learn only in English, but I strongly recommend you to have Japanese skill. In general, our graduate is highly, regarded as a good kind of personnel. So, according to the Global University Employability Ranking by the Times Higher Educations, we are ranked 31st in the world and second in Japan in terms of employabilities. So those numbers indicate that basically less concern is needed for getting a job when you come to Tokyo Tech. Certainly, Tokyo Tech itself, rather than Tokyo Tech itself, your skill, your attitude, your knowledge is certainly very important. But those numbers imply that your graduate is highly competitive in the job markets. Okay. And in this career path informations, actually this information is not complete. I'm sorry, it's because it's sometimes a bit difficult to tracing where the people would go. But in this slide, I'm showing the 60 bachelor degree program graduates, 353 master degree program graduate, and the 132 doctoral degree program graduate. Okay, so when you look at the bachelor degree program, 60 international, I'm sorry, but this 60 means international student, okay? So among 60, 30 students continue study for master program. And the 9 student continue study, but for move to other university. And then remaining number 19, they started work or we couldn't trace. Okay. So indeed, in general, including Japanese students, more than 90%, 90, okay, 90% of bachelor degree program graduate, they continue and study for master program at Tokyo Tech. So it is relatively rare case if the bachelor program graduate got a job, but it's certainly okay. And then some of them work a bit some years and then came back to the university. And the master program, degree program, among 353 master degree program graduate, 99 actually continue study for doctoral program. So I would say 1/3 of the graduate, especially international student, continue study for doctoral program. And then some moved to another university and got a job. Okay, so many students gotta start working after finishing the master degree program, but good number of the international students continue study for doctoral program. And the doctoral degree program graduate, I'm sorry, I cannot show you the numbers, but I'm more than sure that they got a job at the university, possibly postdoc or assistant professors, or become a researcher, some research institute. And then some of them indeed joined the private company. Okay, today's labor market environment landscape is changing a lot, and the doctoral degree holder, they do work in the private company as well. And this is some information where they start working, combining all degree graduate. So studying, employed in Japan, employed in the home countries, and so on. Okay. And this is a list. The Japanese company who hired the international student. So Rakuten is like a e-commerce company. Panasonic, SoftBank, Hitachi, NTT Data, and the Fujitsu and Mitsubishi are kind of the very famous, and those companies are listed on the Tokyo Stock Exchange markets. And those are foreign affiliated company who hired international students as well. Okay, so like a Bosch and FedEx, Google, Amazon, Japan, and so on. Okay, we have those facilities as well. So we have some expert supporting you. Okay. We have, I would like to finish maybe within a few minutes, but I want to show some nice pictures, which is our new landmark on campus, a newly built facility. It's called the Hisao and Hiroko Taki Plaza, we often call Taki Plaza. It's a new landmark on our campus, and student division is located inside, but also lots of activities possible inside this facility. And this building is connected to the library. Library is somewhere actually here, and this is the main campus. Okay, and actually nice, evening view. And we have a cafeteria inside, Seattle Epes Cafe. And this monument is made by very famous artist. And the building itself is designed by the architect Kengo Kuma. Today is one of the best architects in Japan. So if you're interested in Tokyo Tech, and I hope you got more interest by this explanation, I hope. But you can also check how the current student is spending time and doing, study or research on campus, or what kind of extracurricular experience. So we have student ambassadors. Many of them are international students. So they're writing blog about their experience on campus. So please check out their blogs. And then the URL is just discover TaiTech HJP, or you can use this QR code, or you can just Google by putting discover Tokyo Tech. So they are providing the vivid informations. Okay. So thank you for your attention. So I would like to welcome if you have any questions or comments. Okay, so now I'm going to check the question and answers. First, thank you. The question is, what is the admission requirements for graduate major in the computer science and the artificial intelligence? Thank you for questions. I think first, I don't belong to this department, so I cannot very precisely respond. But usually, you need to submit the document. If you're interested in graduate major, that would mean that you probably the currently bachelor degree program student, or just graduated from the bachelor program. So you need to submit the transcript and the kind of research plan and English proficiency scores, like such as TOEFL or in IELTS. Right? And then those are required documents or informations. Maybe your interest is requirements. Requirements is indeed something different depending on the advisors. So I would recommend you to check the website and then identify potential advisor, maybe one or two potential advisors, and maybe using the star search, which I introduced. And then I strongly recommend you contact directly to that potential advisor. Then you come to know very specific requirement, if any. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. So thank you for your questions. Any other question, everyone? By the way, my colleagues is typing in the some additional informations. Okay. And please check so the student ambassadors blog site. Okay. And also thank you everyone. If you put some information prior to this event, and some of them are now responding in the chat box. Please check. Okay, another question. Appreciate it. Does work experience in the industry help the graduate admissions? Thank you for your questions. I think depending on the program and advisors, and then please allow me talking about my own idea. I'm also a faculty member, so I sometimes contact and inquiry about, the admission interest. Okay. In my case, I would appreciate such experience because such potential applicants has very clear idea, why he or she want to study more, or possibly have very concrete research interest. So such a work experience often shape well the interest and the direction of study or research. So again, whether or not such work experience is highly regarded or appreciated, that'll be up to the potential advisors. Okay. So I personally value a lot such experience. So please contact potential advisors. That's my response. So thank you for your questions. I would appreciate any question. If you have even minor question, that's totally fine. Okay, next question. Thank you for questions. If I want to do student exchange program to Tokyo Institute of Technology, what are the requirements for me to enable me join exchange? Oh, I see. Okay. So I am not so sure. Sorry, where you are, which university you are now studying. I'm sorry, it's a bit difficult. But because it's exchange program, so if you are studying at our partner universities, there must be some division or admin staff who are handling such exchange program with us. So please contact your university's admin staff who are in charge of exchange program with us. Okay. Then that staff would explain, I think. Okay. In general, maybe your academic performance or motivation would be asked. And then if that is very competitive, so many students want to join the exchange program, there could be possibly the slots limits. But please contact your admin staff in charge of the exchange program. Okay, I'm sorry, I cannot clearly answer. Okay, next one. Thank you for your questions. Does Tokyo Tech have an MBA program? Okay, thank you. We do not have MBA program, but we have similar program, what we call the Management of Technology program, what we call MOT program. So at this MOT program, many actually working students are joining. So some of them are working on the weekday, and then they come to the class like in the evening or and sometimes on the weekend. So the program is highly practical. Certainly some are theoretical, but very practical, like how to manage a project, how to conduct an innovative, project. And the professors under the MOT program, they also have good experience in industries. So it's not the typical MBA program, but if you're interested in the technology-oriented business program, I would recommend you to check out the MOT program at Tokyo Tech. I hope you got some idea. Next question, thank you. How can I know if a professor accepts student for IGPC? It is listed on the website, or do I have to inquire via email? Okay, thank you for your question. Each department has IGPC faculty list. So you can check by your own. And if your potential advisor name is not listed on the list, excuse me, the website, he or she may not accept student. But for double check, I would recommend you to contact anyway via email. So my colleagues, could you type in the URL of IGPC in the chat box so that participant could check.
Okay.
Thank you. And next one, thank you for questions. Your colleagues just say in the pre-submitted question that there's no possibility for minor while still in the bachelor phase as exchange student. Is there absolutely no option substitute for minor in the bachelor phase? I see. Okay, thank you for your question, or actual kind of clarifications. First, my kind of difficulty is what do you mean by say minor in this context? I know the meaning of minor, but why stay in the bachelor from okay, I'm sorry, for those who said writing these questions minor, okay, let me explain this way. So at Tokyo Tech, undergraduate student, they are taking or they are joining one undergraduate majors, okay? And then we do not have very specific minor program. We do not, but we have kind of a certificate program. Okay? So if they, for example, if students join some extra like coursework, which is strongly related like international communication or international engagement, and then if that student obtain the additional credit, then that student got a not only diploma for the bachelor degree program, but also due to such additional work, that student got a certificate. Okay? But we don't call it a minor. Okay? And there is no minor program for the undergraduate student. We do have a minor for the graduate program. So please check your home universities admin staff who are handling the exchange program with us. Okay, thank you. Next one, program from September till February consisting. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, 30 is. Oh, I see. Maybe this student is studying in some European university, probably. Okay. I'm sorry, I cannot check further. Thank you for mentioning MOT program. Okay. Is the MOT program still research oriented where you would have to produce thesis? I would think so, but I'm sorry, I'm not exactly sure whether or not they require the writing thesis. Okay, but I would say I mentioned that it's very practical program, but they also do research as well. So it will be kind of balance. It's not completely practical program, but more aligned to the practical, but with some research aspect as well. Okay, so please contact. Okay. Next one is in the scholarship program of Tokyo Institute of Technology. Which university in Indonesia contribute to this Tokyo Technology Scholarship program? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not exactly sure what you are asking. So from the question, I can notice you were from the Indonesia, or you are the Indonesian. Thank you for joining. But could you type in again? What is your questions? Which university in Indonesia contribute this topic? I'm terribly sorry. I cannot catch the point. Next question: does Tokyo Tech accept certificate in English? Is the mode of instruction from my undergraduate instead of TOEFL? And the mode of instruction. Oh, I see. So thank you for your questions. So this question is: does Tokyo Tech accept certificate that English is mode of instruction from my undergraduate university? Thank you. If your study, undergraduate study, is solely, taught in English, and if university can issue that certificate, you can apply for the petitions for the exemption of English scholar submission. So I think you can apply, and the Tokyo Tech would accept. But it's that petitions for the exemption of the English score, that should be confirmed by the potential advisor as well. So please contact the potential advisors. Okay. The process would not be so complicated, but there is some established process to confirm the exemptions of the submission of English score. So we do accept. Any further question, everyone? Okay, thank you. Question: does Tokyo Tech have a course on game design? Okay, interesting question. But while I'm sorry, what would you specifically mean game design? Game design in like literally the like online game, or the computer game, something? Is this what you mean? Could you type in it again? Oh, I see. I think we do not have specific such a course. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. As far as I heard, we have not such a course, but I'm quite sure that some of our course is somehow strongly related to such, say programming, in my opinion. But I'm sorry, I cannot exactly respond to your questions. Okay, let me move on to the next one. My school is a US accredited American school in Jordan. Oh, thank you, from Jordan. SAT is not the required standardized test anymore. Would school records and transcripts be enough to enroll? Yeah, I have a feeling that that would be enough, but it's also up to the advisors, and also there is admission process. That means there is examinations. Okay, so again, I highly recommend you to contact the potential advisor. but your situation, I would say, wouldn't be a big problem. Okay, because we have many international students who finish the school, which is not U.S. accredited schools. Okay, many students from the Asian countries, and they graduate, no relations with such accreditations. Okay. Okay, next question. Thank you. I see that you have scholarship from the governments and organization, but they are very competitive. Is there any scholarships offered from school or department for the international student? Oh, I see. This is good questions. So currently, so let me explain two situations. One situation is a bachelor and a master's, and the other is a doctor student only. For the first group, that means bachelor and a master's. As far as I know, Tokyo Tech is not offering, or department is not offering very specific scholarship for those group of students. There is some exception. I'm sorry. Some student got a scholarship from Tokyo Tech, but it's combinations of it's the collaboration with work of our alumni associations. We have alumni associations, and then they're supporting some students who are the master course student. But Tokyo Tech itself or department or school not offering such a scholarship. I'm sorry. I think it's a little bit something we need to change. But for doctoral degree program student, it's not called as a scholarship, but the most, I would say, almost all doctor student could be supported either in the name of research assistant or teaching assistant, and then they are, kind of a stipend, not stipend, but allowance due to the such research assistantship, teaching assistantship is equivalent to the tuitions. So it's not the like how can I say, the scholarship, but it's a, I would say, quasi scholarship or financial support. And the many doctor student got a scholarship as well. And sometimes the advisor, if advisor has a big project, he or she may also support somehow. So I cannot generalize in detail, but many doctor students are under the either in research assistantship or teaching assistantship. So many of them do not worry about tuition. Only their concern is like living expenses. So that's my response. Okay. Thank you. Any further questions? Is that okay? Please check out, okay, your chat box. Okay, so if no further questions, I'd like to conclude. So everyone, thank you for joining our sessions. And I do wish everyone's good luck. Okay? So hopefully we can see you on our campus. So thank you so much for joining.
お疲れ様でした。
全員出ましたね。お疲れ様でした。ありがとうございました。